We've seen many Astro Toilets across the Skibidi-verse, but few are as mysterious as Juggernaut. From the moment he appears on screen, he feels different. His power is overwhelming, his armor looks unique, and unlike most Astro Toilets, he shows real emotion. That alone separates him from the rest of the Astro army. So the question becomes simple, yet disturbing. Is Juggernaut truly an Astro Toilet, or could he be something else entirely? This theory suggests that Juggernaut and his children might not have been born Astro Toilets at all. Instead, they may have been captured beings from another world, a world that the Astro Empire invaded, conquered, and reshaped into living weapons for their war. Mr. Boom once hinted that the Astros have attacked countless planets across the galaxy. If that's true, Juggernaut's species could have been one of their victims. Before we dive deeper, remember this is only a theory. Nothing has been officially confirmed, but the clues scattered throughout the series are far too strong to ignore. One of the most shocking moments in the entire series happens when Juggernaut watches his child die. He cries out in pain, shouting, "My baby!" This moment is filled with raw emotion, something we almost never see from the Astro Toilets. They're supposed to be cold, controlled, and emotionless. Juggernaut clearly isn't. Later in Season 25, he calls out again, saying, "Where are you, son? I don't see you on my radars," confirming that the Scout Astro Toilet was actually his child. These two moments together reveal something much deeper: love, fear, care, and heartbreak. Emotions that should not exist inside an Astro machine. This makes us wonder if Juggernaut and his children were once something else entirely. What if they came from an intelligent alien race that was captured and transformed by the Astro Empire? We already know the Skibidi virus can reshape other beings, like the cat toilet, proving that almost any creature can be turned into a weapon. Their emotions, the way they speak, and the pain Juggernaut shows all suggest they were once living beings, who lost everything when they were turned into Astro machines. When the Astro Hunter appeared, many fans even speculated that it might be another one of Juggernaut's children. However, there is no direct proof of that yet. For now, it remains a popular fan theory. This leads to an important question. What exactly was Juggernaut before becoming an Astro Toilet? His design suggests an alien species that was physically powerful, highly intelligent, and capable of advanced combat. His child's dog-like features, especially the tail, suggest that their species may have had animalistic traits or evolved differently from anything we've seen on Earth. Interestingly, Juggernaut himself does not have a tail. This raises another possibility. What if the Scout Astro Toilet wasn't his biological child? What if Juggernaut was more of a guardian than a parent? On Earth, people often adopt animals when they're young, raise them, protect them, and form a bond that feels stronger than family. In that sense, losing a pet can hurt just as deeply as losing a child. No matter which option is true, one thing is clear. Juggernaut and the Scout were not just machines. They had a bond, a connection. Something real that existed before the Astro Empire took everything away. Another major clue lies in Juggernaut's design. Both Juggernaut and his child wear gas masks, something rarely seen among other Astro Toilets. This detail may not be random. It could mean they can't breathe Earth's atmosphere, hinting that they come from a planet with completely different air composition. If those masks were ever damaged, it could make them vulnerable in battle, revealing a serious weakness. Or maybe we're overthinking it, but visual storytelling in Skibidi Toilet is rarely accidental. Then comes one of the most important lines in the entire series. In Season 25, G-Toilet says to Juggernaut, "Your legacy shall never know oppression again." That single sentence carries massive implications. It suggests Juggernaut had a legacy, a family line, a people, maybe an entire civilization, and that they were oppressed. That word alone strongly implies conquest. It suggests the Astro Empire invaded Juggernaut's planet, defeated its defenders, and forced the survivors into service. Juggernaut may have been the greatest warrior of his world, captured and converted instead of killed because the Astros needed his power. This theory fits perfectly with how the Astro Empire operates. If Juggernaut's children were also captured and skibidified, they could be used as leverage, hostages, bargaining chips. If Juggernaut ever resisted, rebelled, or tried to escape, the Astros could simply threaten his family, or worse, wipe out the rest of his species entirely. That kind of fear could break even the strongest Titan. It explains Juggernaut's inner conflict, his rage, and his refusal to join G-Man's rebellion earlier. He wasn't weak, he was trapped. Now let's consider a different idea. When Juggernaut calls the Scout Astro Toilet his child, it might not mean biological family at all. It could represent a guardian-pet bond. When someone raises a cat or dog from a very young age, they become its protector. That bond can feel just as strong as parenthood. This theory tries to explain why the Scout has a tail while Juggernaut does not. They might not be the same species. From this angle, Juggernaut's rage wouldn't come from parental loss, but from the fury of a guardian who failed to protect something precious. However, this theory begins to fall apart when we look at G-Man's dialogue. G-Man directly says, "I would hate for your children to become parentless." The word children implies real lineage, not ownership. It also implies Juggernaut had more than one child, which weakens the pet theory. So while the guardian pet idea is interesting, emotional, and visually supported by the tail difference, the dialogue strongly suggests Juggernaut was an actual parent, not just a caretaker. Now let's talk about G-Man and Juggernaut's relationship. When G-Man says, "Join me, and your legacy shall never know oppression again," it becomes clear that G-Man knows Juggernaut's past. He knows about his people, his planet, his suffering. G-Man even calls Juggernaut his old friend and says, "I don't want to fight you." That line alone shows they shared a bond long before the Astro Empire twisted everything. When Juggernaut says, "Commander escaped," it suggests he still holds loyalty to someone from his past, possibly G-Man himself. This supports the idea that they may have come from the same planet or fought together before the Astro conquest. G-Man didn't just want Juggernaut as a weapon, he wanted him as an ally. Juggernaut's armor is another major clue. It doesn't look mass-produced like other Astro armor. It looks ancient, heavy, ceremonial, almost royal. Many Astro toilets don't even have arms built into their armor, yet Juggernaut does. This could mean only elite Astro warriors are allowed such upgrades, or it could mean the armor wasn't made by the Astros at all, but belonged to Juggernaut's original species. Either way, it feels custom-made for someone important, a champion, a protector, a titan. Juggernaut's rage isn't random. It isn't just power or aggression, it's trauma, loss, years of forced servitude. Imagine being turned into a weapon and forced to fight wars for the empire that destroyed your world. His anger may be revenge, a burning desire to end the system that ruined everything he loved. Those emotions aren't glitches, they're memories. Mr. Boom has already confirmed that the Astro Empire has conquered multiple planets. This makes Juggernaut's backstory not just possible, but extremely likely. The Astros don't destroy powerful beings, they convert them. We've already seen this exact strategy before. When Titan TV Man was captured, the Astros didn't kill him. They used a core hijacker, took control of his body, and turned him into their pawn. A Titan reduced to a weapon with no free will. Now think about Juggernaut. The same thing must have happened to him. He was simply too powerful to eliminate. Instead, the Astros trapped him, rewired him, and forced him into service. His armor, his obedience, and his inner conflict all point to control rather than loyalty. Juggernaut isn't truly serving the Astro Empire, he's imprisoned by it. His children weren't just family, they were leverage. Hostages that kept him chained. The pattern fits perfectly. There's a very real chance Juggernaut may eventually betray the Astro Empire. G-Man clearly wants him on his side, especially before the secret weapon is fully prepared. Because of their past bond, Juggernaut joining G-Man wouldn't feel like betrayal, it would feel like reclaiming his freedom. If that happens, the Astro Empire would likely brand him a traitor, just like G-Man, or worse, try to force him into becoming a spy within the Alliance. But even then, it's hard to imagine Juggernaut ever turning against G-Man. Their connection feels deeper than strategy, it feels personal. To summarize, Juggernaut was most likely a Titan from another world, defeated, captured, and transformed into a living weapon by the Astro Empire. His raw emotions, the need for a gas mask, his unique armor, and the way G-Man speaks to him all point toward a tragic origin that goes far beyond a normal Astro toilet. We've already seen this exact kind of control with Titan TV Man, proving that the Astros don't just destroy powerful beings, they hijack them and turn them into pawns. As for Juggernaut, G-Toilet clearly wants him as an ally, not a tool. And if Juggernaut ever turns against the Astro Empire, it could trigger something massive. A rebellion where fallen Titans, former Astro warriors, and G-Man himself unite to bring the Empire down from within. So when you look at Juggernaut, don't just see a weapon of the Astro Empire. See what he might truly be. A fallen Titan, stripped of his freedom, forced to fight wars that were never his. If this theory is true, Juggernaut isn't a villain at all. He's a survivor, and his story may be building toward a rebellion that could change the entire Skibidi-verse forever. But what do you think about this theory? Do you believe Juggernaut was once a Titan from another world, or do you see his story differently? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you in the next Skibidi Theory video.